Hello everyone, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. So today I'm going to give you a quick tour of the Local King's workshop. So let's start with this machine. This machine is called the vulcanizer, and it weighs around 500 pounds. So we can take a look. Here it has a tray, and basically we have to bake the rubber stamp. And then you can see the temperature here is like 370 Celsius, right? And I am going to explain to you how long it's going to bake this one. Okay, so I'm going to remove this tray first. The first time when we get this vulcanizer, we really don't know what is this. We were thinking about this tray, you can bake a pancake. Okay, so that's started, and I have two plates here. And first of all, we have to put wax paper on top of the tray to prevent the plate stick on the tray under this metal part. And then this green stuff is called the mattress. So it's kind of material that we can create a mold, because we don't want to directly press the rubber on the plate, because if we damage the plates cannot be replaced. But the mattress you can always replace. Okay, so next we're going to put the plate on top of that mattress, and then we are going to put inside the oven. It kind of take a little bit experience to figure out how long it's going to take to make a mattress, and also it take experience to figure out how deep you have to press. So let's put this one back to our oven. Let's take the plate back to our vulcanizer. So you want to make a mattress, you have to make sure that your vulcanizer is pretty hot. Usually we don't make a mattress right when we turn on the machine. We have to take 2-3 hours to completely warm up. And then so we are going to, so it's like a two very heavy steel plate. It's very heavy, and then they kind of just press the plate into the mattress, and then you can see the temperature now it dropped a little bit. And sorry, how long is it going to take to make a mattress?
7 to 8 minutes.
So if it's summertime, it take a shorter time. So it take 7 to 8 minutes. But in the winter time, you have to adjust the time, probably 8 to 9 or 10. You cannot cook too long, because if you cook too long, they become bubbly, and if you don't cook enough, and then they are not foaming. Okay, so I can see we have a timer here. It's a kind of countdown. So now we're going to wait 7 minutes. Just kidding. I am going to fast forward it. Okay, so I'm going to show you once when the plate is ready to come out from the oven, and we are not going to touch or anything. So we'll be right back. Okay, so it's going to beep. Okay, so that's after 7 or 8 minutes, and then we are going to take our tray out. This the process of making the mattress is kind of smelly, so have some kind of smell. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and we are going to remove the metal plate or mattress. See that wax paper under is very important. Without that one, that mattress is going to stick. Is going to stick on your tray. So that's the first mattress that we have create. So it's kind of like a negative of the plate. They are completely reverse. Okay, so that's one of them, and we're going to let it cool down a little bit, and we are going to show you how to prepare the rubber and make a rubber stamp. We will be right back. So that's the blue roll is the raw rubber, and one roll is probably like 50 pounds. And so we are going to cut small pieces and take some kind of experience to make a rubber stand. Because if you put too much, you get a bubble. If you don't put enough, and you don't get fully coverage, and then you just waste the rubber. Okay, so let's see what's the next step. Okay, so we have to peel off the raw rubber, and there is two sides. One side is a little bit sticky, and the one side you can see a little bit powdering. And then they put some kind of mica powder to prevent the rubber is stick on the mattress. Okay, and then so the powder side is face down, and the sticky side face up. And then let me show you close look of this mattress. The reason I say it kind of need the experience because some part you need a little bit more rubber, so you kind of have the adjustment by the experience. And everybody have a different way to make a rubber stand, so I usually don't make a rubber stand because I'm suck of it. Okay, so we just continue kind of, you know, cover all the mattress, and then have to be very careful because we cannot put too much rubber. If you put too much rubber, it's going to bubble, and that's what we try to avoid it. But some place is a little bit deeper, you got to add a little bit more, and so that way they will like kind of fill all the gap. Okay, so after that is very, very important to place a piece of wax paper on top, because if you don't have this wax paper, which I made a few mistakes when I was making the rubber stamp, so the whole rubber is stick inside your oven, and that takes forever to scrap off the rubber. It's disaster. You don't want that happen. Okay, so after you make it ready, we are going to pop into the oven again, and this time is kind of need two different steps. First of all, you kind of just raising the plate up, but don't press yet. You kind of want the machine melting the rubber, like make a little bit softer, for probably bake for like 1 minute. And it here has a timer, and the old machine is automatic one, so it's model N1015-22. Some of the machines are manual one, so after you make it like 100 rubber stand, you are going to have a very big muscle. So we have to wait probably like 1 minute, and then we have to push the button to raise that platform. So that way, and we are going to start to really bake the rubber stand for how many minutes? 7 minutes. Okay, so that's how you can see to create. So now is the time. We're going to push a little bit, not too much. If you push too much, you're going to make a rubber sheet very thin. If you don't push enough, the rubber is not the kind of like a completely press to the mattress. So that way you cannot get all the detail. So doing your making rubber stand is very important, because any tiny little bit like a hair, dust, they can affect the result. So I have a timer here, and it's going to take 6 minutes more. I will be right back when our rubber sheet is ready to come out from the oven. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, it's almost there. Okay, so now the machine beep. We are going to take our plates out. Not our plates or mattress or rubber stand. And those machines are actually pretty hot. If you're living somewhere hot, you definitely need air conditioner. Because it's very hot. And then see, we have gloves, and those are special gloves for holding the high temperature. So that's what it looks like. And then see, we're going to peel off the rubber. Ta-da! That's how you create a rubber stand. And now we're going to let the rubber cool down a little bit, probably like 3-4 minutes. We're going to mount on the easy mount, and I'm going to show you how to trim the rubber. Okay, so now after 3-4 minutes, the rubber is cooled down, so we can touch it with our hands now. First of all, we're going to trimming those extra rubber, so that way we don't wasting our easy mount foam. Just trimming all 4 sides. They are really gummy, so you need a special scissor to trimming the rubber. Regular scissors, you won't be able to do the trimming. Okay. Okay, and then now we have our static foam. Is also called the easy mount foam. One big roll we can so you can make it like a 3 sheets, and you need a skill because once when you put it down, they are going to stick there. So you don't want to make mistake, and you have to kind of just make sure the rubber is stay there. Okay, and now it's ready for trimming. We have to just push down, make sure, and then those foam is very sticky. Okay, so now we're gonna move to the next step. Okay, so next one we have this scroll saw. Scroll saw. People can use this one to do the hard working, and you can see the blade is very fine. And now we're going to trimming this one. So this is a background stamp. It's not a really complicated straight line, but you have to have a steady hand. You know what? It looks easy, but it's actually not. When you're doing the trimming, you've got to concentrate. Sometimes when I was doing the trimming, I would think about something else, and whoops happened. So you're wasting your rubber, you're wasting your foam. So you got to be very concentrate where you're going. And this is a background stamp, so it's a straight line. Well, you get idea, right? So that's how a background stamp be born. So how do you like? Hoping you like this Local Kings workshop tool, and my next coming tutorial I am going to show you how did I create a die cut to matching the Local King rubber stamp, and also we have a lot of new stuff coming soon. I have a special guest, and I'm going to invite him come to use our brand new stamp to make a card. It's a tool guide. Guys can stamp. You don't want to miss that. Make sure you subscribe Local King YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.